Hey everybody, it's me again. I forgot to mention in the video, the ER called me yesterday also and asked why I signed out for the 13-14 hour wait. I'm like, well, one, it's too long to wait at a hospital. Something needs to be done about that. And I'm like, and I only had a ride to a certain point, you know. I don't have a car, I walk right now. And I don't live that close to the hospital. And I'm like, well, you could have got an Uber. Well, I just paid bills, so I don't have the money for an Uber, so give me a break. Or you can always call your medical. Oh yeah, I'll call them. They're closed. What do you expect me to do? So anyway, I was explaining to her, 13, 14 hour wait to the hospital is completely ridiculous. And she tells me, well, usually it's actually longer than that. It's usually about a 24-hour wait at the emergency room. I was like, are you shitting me? Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? She's like, well, if you actually really want to get seen, she's like, we only take the ambulance ride, so if you want it to be seen quicker, you should have got an ambulance ride. I'm like, oh, so I have another bill to pay for an ambulance ride? I'm like, so pretty much what you're saying is, if I want to get seen right away in an emergency room, let's get an ambulance. Where that's an expensive bill too, because, they charge you that. Most of the time they don't charge your insurance, they charge you the bill. So again, there you go. It's another thing about lining their pockets. Tell me that ain't crazy. It's all about money. This whole world, it turned into greed about money. Everybody wants to see who can line their pockets first. To me, it's a bunch of bull. Just like, back in the day, liquor stores. They were closed on Sundays, they were closed on holidays. In the state of Mass, they're open on Sundays now. And certain holidays. All to line their pocket for that money. Who cares about people's health anymore? I don't drink anymore, so it's not a problem for me, but, some things should go back to the old ways. Like stores on Sundays. They wouldn't open till noontime. They'd close at 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Same thing on Saturday, sometimes they'd close at 6. To me, that was the best thing because you got more time to spend with your family. Now it's not about family. Now it's about the money. I mean, you could buy a house in the 80s, 70s, 80s, between $5,000 and $20,000. So from the 80s to now, you're paying a completely different price for a house. $20,000 back then, or even $10,000 for a house back then. Now you're paying almost $500,000 for it. Same thing with cars. 70s, you could buy a standard vehicle, $5,000-$6,000. Now you're paying $60,000 to $80,000 for a vehicle. It's like not that much of a change in building a vehicle. You're actually building them cheaper than you used to. Now they just fold up when you crash them. At least back then it was made with real metal. Now it's made with plastic, aluminum, stuff that don't actually protect you. Let's put all these airbags. I'd honestly rather have a car without an airbag, because those airbags can actually kill you if they hit you just right. I've hit, like I said, in my old days, I've hit this freaking rock walls, telephone poles. I've eaten my steering wheel. But you know what? It didn't kill me. I've seen so many people die from these airbags. I mean, some of them, they've improved them. Don't get me wrong. Me personally, I don't like them. But I'm also into the old school cars. 60s, 70s, 80s. I like sports cars. But that's just my opinion. But back to the point of the medical field. Really? You want to be seen quicker at the ER get an ambulance ride, but it'll cost you. Yeah, it's gonna cost for an ambulance ride. It's about $600-700. I don't have that to dish out. That's ridiculous. Well, I don't know what to tell you, sir. This is how things work these days. Yeah, I know that's how things work. And there needs to be a reform in your freaking medical, in the healthcare system. She didn't like that. She hung up on me. Oh well, hang up on me. It's a fact. There has to be a reform on the health system. I've heard of other countries' medical system, health system, whatever you want to call it, is a hell of a lot better than where we got. I don't know. Something needs to be done with this medical crap. Couldn't believe she had the balls to call and say that to me. It's like, are you serious right now? Unbelievable. But anyway, I just figured I'd let you guys know about that. Stay clean, stay positive, live your life to the fullest. Peace.